and spread far and wide. With hearts of joy, we sing of peace, stand firm in truth and honesty. Gold and white for excellence, academics with godliness, building leaders, all in faith for all endeavors. The future holds, forward we go in good faith. God is our help, our guide, we shall never fail. Forward we go in good faith. God is our help, our guide, we shall never fail. Amen. 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 Oh, amen. Amen.
Okay, so a very good morning to you, everyone. Thank you so very much for being here this morning. Welcome to the training session for the month of April. I'm super excited to have you here. Please inform your classmates that we are here, that we have started, so they can join in this morning. Inform your classmates that we are already here. Thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you. We are glad to have you here this morning. Thank you so very much for being here. Right, today is another exciting time for us to have an amazing time learning together. And also, we're going to take a little bit of test by the time we're done, so stick around, don't go anywhere. There's going to be a test after the class, so please be around, don't disappear into thin air, so that we can do this together at the end. The test will serve also as taking note of people who attended the class. It's a short test, so I'll be glad to have everybody take that test at the end of the class. So good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Please let me know that you can hear me loud and clear so I can begin the session this morning. Let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. As you know, this session is for both campuses and it is segmented into your categories. So 100 level and 200 level, you will begin this first session and it will end by 10 a.m. And then from 10 a.m., 300 level and 400 level would join in for their own session. Fantastic. I'm glad that you guys can all hear me well. At the pinned comment in this post, you would see a test that we're going to take, and that test will take place at the end of this session. So if you can scroll back, you will see a test at the pinned session, something like this. You'll see this. We're going to take this test at the end of the session. So stick around to the end. That's when we'll take this test. It's a written test online, so don't go anywhere. It's like 5 questions, and you have 10 minutes to answer the questions. And it's gotten from what is shared in the class. So if you don't attend the class, you may not be able to handle the test effectively, right? So stick around. Let's make this happen. So good morning, everybody. Once again, thank you so much. Compliments of the semester to everyone. I know your Easter holiday begins from today. So while some of you are on your way home, safe journey home. And those of you are preparing for Jam Summit, I pray you have the most fantastic time during the Jam Summit, right? So let's get ready. Let's get into today's conversation. Let's begin. Hi, good morning, everyone. I wish I could take all the greetings, but there's so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Somebody already say, Omo, calm down, be coming down, be coming down, right? Be coming down. So let's begin. So this morning, we're talking about something very interesting, which is making money as a student. Now, this class is going to be interactive, so please join me in the conversation as we interact. So tell me, how many of you like to make money as a student? Give me a show of hand in the comment section. If you would like to make money as a student, please indicate so that we can begin. How many of you like to make money as a student? Let me see a show of hand. Who would like to make money as a student? Fantastic. Great, great, great. Fantastic. A lot of people would like to make money as a student. Fantastic. So let's get into the class because that's what we're going to be talking about this morning. It's making money as a student. That's our session for this morning. So I'm going to reduce the screen so that you can see the class and see the slides. Okay, so making money as a student. Making money as a student, right? Great. So this session is for the 100 and 200 level, right? So if you're in 100 level, this is your session. If you're in 200 level, this is your session, regardless of your campus, right? So you have to be here. So send this link to your group chat so everybody join in at this time because it's important, right? Okay, so the first thing I want you to learn is this. And please take note of this. Nothing but money is sweeter than honey. Take note of that. That's the first thing I want you to take note about. Nothing but money is sweeter than honey. Now, that is not just a rhyme, it is what it is. You know, even scripture reminds us that money answers all things. How many of you know that part of scripture that says money answers all things? And also, scripture also tells us that the love of money is the root of all evil. But some people try to quote it as the love of money is the root of all evil. It's not money that is the root of all evil. It is the love of money, right? That is the root of all evil. But I like to tell you this: nothing but money is sweeter than honey. Don't forget this. Nothing but money is sweeter than honey. How many of you have tasted honey before? You know how sweet honey is. But money is sweeter than honey. Money is sweeter than honey. And let me tell you, let me explain that further. You know, money does a lot of things. Money can do a lot of things. Like money can change people's life. Money can bring out who is in people and all of that. So that's why we say nothing but money is sweeter than honey. Now, on a regular day, how much money do you spend as a student? Let's get practical now. As a student in Benson Idahosa University, right? 100 level and 200 level. On a regular day, give me a figure. How much money do you spend as a student? Whether it's for buying lunch, for buying, doing photocopies, for doing anything, buying drink, buying snack. How much money do you think you spend on a regular day? Give me a figure. Somebody said 3.5. I love this. Thank you so much. 3.5. Cathy Steele, thank you for that. 3.5. Who else? Give me a figure. That's the whole day. I'm not saying just breakfast. I'm not saying lunch or dinner. The whole day. How much money do you think you spend on a regular day? Somebody said 7K. Praise said 7K. The whole day. This is breakfast, lunch, dinner. Fantastic. Somebody said 2.5. Vera says 2.5. Fantastic. Thank you, Vera, for your feedback. Angel Baby says 5K. On a regular day, 5K. Fantastic. Someone says 50K. Odogu Parana, I hear you. Izochuku is an Odogu. He spends 50K every day. Odogu, I hear you. Okay. Someone says 6,000. Someone says 3,000. Right? So on a regular day, you see that you spend money. And kudos to your parents or your sponsors or your guardians for being able to provide. So you see, on a regular day, someone spent on a daily, she spent 8,000. Somebody said 5K, 6K. Somebody said 15K, right? So you see, on a regular day, you spend a lot of money. So averagely, an average BIU student can spend like, let's put a figure. Let's say 5K averagely. Now, follow me closely. Now, this is where it gets interesting, and this is why I want you to pay attention to this. So, averagely, a BIU student spend like 5K. Somebody say 2K. Somebody say 15K. Somebody somebody say 500K. Come on now, come on. Let's be real. How do you spend 500K a day? What are you buying? Literally, what are you buying that is spending 500K a day? No wonder you're a random fun fact. Okay, so follow me closely. This is why this is important. So on an average, let's say a regular BIU student, regardless of the campus, spend 5,000 a day. Let's use 5,000, right, on average. Now, making money or spending money, which do you enjoy the most? Tell me, which do you enjoy the most? Making money or spending money? Which one do you enjoy the most? You make money or you're spending money? Which do you enjoy the most? Which one do you have fun doing? Do you have fun making money or you have fun spending money? Somebody said both. Thank you for that. Someone said making money. Thank you for that. Someone says making money. Somebody said both again. Someone says making money. Making money again. Fantastic. Somebody says both. Somebody says spending money. Okay, so let me warn that if you put an insensitive comment, we are going to ban you from the platform, which means you're going to miss the test at the end of the day. So if you put an insensitive comment, we are going to ban you from the platform. So take note of that. So those of you who feel like you can just say anything you like, take note of that. You're going to be banned from the platform if you put an insensitive comment. Somebody said both. Annabelle says both. There's a special joy when you make your own money. How many of you believe that? There's a special joy. There's a special feeling that you have when you make your own money. A lot of people say spending money. Oshe, all the achalugos. They say, okay, somebody says making money. Someone says spending money. Hey. Somebody says spending money. Okay. Another person says spending money. Oshe, spending money. Fantastic. Okay, Caleb said I do. Okay, so let's make progress. So we've established the fact that an average BIU student spends like 5,000 naira every day. That's an established fact, right? We've established the fact again that some people would rather spend money than make money. Others would rather do both, make money and spend money. While there are others who would just only enjoy making money, right? So regardless which area you put yourself in, it's fine. That's why we're having this conversation this morning, to tell you how you can make money as a student, a very practical way. Right? I know some of you have gone to ask ChatGPT, oh, ChatGPT, how do I make money as a student? Give me a breakdown as a university student, how to make money. And ChatGPT has given you several prompts on how to make money. But let me tell you how to make it even more practical than ChatGPT. Are you here? Are you still here with me? Great. Okay, so let's make progress. Now, let me tell you this, another established fact. Even the books on how to make money cost money, right? Fun fact, the books, right? The books on how to make money, it costs money. So first, we've established the fact that nothing but money is sweeter than honey. Next, we've established the fact that a lot of people spend an average of 5,000 naira per day on campus. Now, let me help you. Do the maths. If you spend 5,000 naira per day on campus, multiply that by 30 days. Multiply that by 30 days. That will tell you how much the region to which you spend so much money every single month on campus. Right? Now, that's not where we are going to. Follow me closely. That's not where we are going to. Now, what is money? All of you know what money is, but let's just explain it again so you understand. Money is a medium of exchange, right? You use money to exchange for value. So you would take your money and go to the woman who has what you need, and you give the woman the money and you collect what you need. Money is a medium of exchange for value, right? That's what money is. It's a medium for exchange of value. Now, look at this. What then is value? If money is a medium for exchange of value, what then is value? What do you qualify as value. Somebody said money is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil. It is the love of money that is the root of all evil, right? It is the love of money that is the root of all evil. So money is not. But let's look at value, because money is a medium of exchange for value, right? Now, what then is value? What do you consider to be value? And we said here, please take note of this. We said here that value is anything that is beneficial, that is of help, and that is a solution. That is value. Anything that is beneficial, that is of help, and that is a solution. So three key components of value: something that is beneficial, something that is of help, and something that is a solution. That is value. So the reason you will spend money is because you are getting value in return. So which means that if I am not getting value in return, I am wasting the money. Value is anything that is beneficial, that is of help, and that is a solution. That is what value is. So take note of that. That's what value is. So when you're spending money on things, always ask yourself, is this value? And what you should categorize as value is something that is, one, beneficial. Two, is it of help to me? Three, is it a solution for me? So let's look at some things that are value, right? Let's look at some things that are value. People will pay you for two things, right? Now we're getting into the gist of making money as a student. Why do people give you money as a student? They are going to give you money for two things. Number one, what you know. Now, I got this definition from Bishop Febb. He always says this, that people will only pay you for two things. Number one, they'll pay you for what you know. Number two, they will pay you for what you can do. So if you want to make money as a student, let's get real practical. What are the things that you know that somebody else does not know? That person will pay you to know what they don't know that you know. That's the one. Number two, the person will pay you to do what they cannot do. So two reasons why people will pay you for anything. Number one, for what you know. So they can pay you for your knowledge. They can pay you for your advice. They can pay you for your counsel. They can pay you for helping them do assignment, for helping them do their term papers. They can pay you for that. They can pay you for what you know. They can also pay you for what you can do that they cannot do. So these are the only two reasons why people will pay you. I said it earlier that if you make a very nasty comment, you're going to get banned from the group. So be careful with your comment. This is a class. This is not a place to show your agabagebe spirit, right? This is not a place to show your nasty attitude. We don't condone that. So comments that I see that doesn't make sense is going to be knocked off. You're going to be banned from the platform. So be mindful of your comments. You're an adult, right? You're in your university. You're not in a playground, right? Great. So people pay you for two things: what you know and what you can do. Now let's break this down a bit. Going back to value we talked about earlier. What are the things that you know as a student that others don't know that they can pay you for? Let's be practical. What are the things you know that others don't know that they can pay you for? Give me an example. What are the things you know that others don't know that they can pay you for? Who wants to share first? Tell me. What are things you know that others don't know that they can pay you for? Fantastic. Someone says knowledge. Fantastic. Now, how do you convert that to make money? How do they pay you for your knowledge? Somebody says knowledge. How do you pay you for your knowledge? How do they pay you for your knowledge? Fantastic. Somebody says making hair. That's what you can do. How many of you can make hair? For the ladies, how many of you can make hair? You know, making hair is an easy way for you to make easy 2K. Easy 2K, all back. Just do 4 hair, 4 all back. 2K straight. Someone says, I'm enjoying the benefit of what I can do from a lot of students. It's just like I'm already employed. Oh, Shadrach Divine. I salute you. You're an amazing guy. This is the kind of people we like in class. Right? You see, this is very practical. People will pay you for two things: what you know, what you can do. Somebody says laundry. Yes, people will pay you for laundry. Hair making. Somebody says laundry. Yes, people pay for laundry because some people are too lazy to wash their own clothes. They'll pay you for laundry. So you see, making money as a student is not rocket science. And I love what that guy said earlier. It feels like I'm already employed because I'm already making money from people. Somebody says they'll pay you for your knowledge. Let me pick that comment. Somebody said graphic designing. This is what you can do. People pay for graphic. As cheap as 2,000 for a graphic design, or even 3,000, or even 5,000, depends on your quality. People will pay you for that. So people will only pay you for two things. Never forget this. They're going to pay you for two things: what you know and what you can do. Nobody's just going to dash you money because they like your face. See, I know some people feel, oh, they have fine girl benefits or fine girl privileges. Not exactly true. You are still paying with something. Those of you who feel you have fine girl privileges, you are still paying with something. Are we together? Somebody said affiliate marketing. Fantastic. That's what you can do. You can affiliate for others. It's what you can do. Are we getting this? I love this one. Somebody said buying food for people. You know that this is also a good way to make money on campus. The people that are too lazy. The people that are too lazy, you can help them get food and they pay you for that. They will still give you the money for the food and they'll give you the money for the errand and they pay you for that. That's delivery service. Are you seeing this? That people will pay you for what you know and what you can do. So you need to sit back and ask yourself on campus, what do I know that people can pay me for? And then what can I do that people can pay me for? That is how you make money. I love this comment. Somebody said, it may seem underrated, but ironing clothes, though I guess that falls under laundry. That's also another way people pay you money. Yes, for laundry. It falls under laundry. Ironing clothes for people. People love their clothes looking crispy, looking clean. They'll pay you for that. Somebody says for my face card and product advert. Exactly. People will pay you for that. So this falls under what you can do. So are you saying that what we are saying is very practical? People pay you for two things: what you know and what you can do. I love this one. Somebody say helping people copy notes. Do you know you can make money from this? Helping people copy their notes. People are too lazy. So you can say that you can profit from the laziness of others as a student. You can profit from the laziness of others. Someone says, I make money from ironing clothes. I love your hustle, man. Fantastic. And you say you're not paying cost for electricity. BIU gives you free light. During the evening times, you have light. So this just lets you know that as a student, you can make money as a student. You can make money as a student. So rather than thinking, oh, Sakba is holding, giving me a chokehold, I don't know when they'll send me money. When you understand these two basic things I've shared with you, you can always make money as a student. What you know and what you can do. Somebody said influencing people's products. That's what you can do. So you see, whatever thing you are listing is under these two categories: what you know and what you can do. What you know and what you can do. Somebody says, please, how can I get my graphic design business recognized by others? You see, a lot of students are seeing this right now, Ojobo, so probably they are going to know that you do this. And I'm going to tell you how to do that. Your status is a good way to advertise your business, right? Then your group chat as a student, and then on the L300 channel. So these are ways you can advertise your business to other students so they know that this is what you do. And another easy way for you to get your business out there: volunteer your services for people who are doing big things on campus. So when they ask who did that design, they will say, oh, this is the person. But they may not know you did it for free. Are you getting it? So volunteer your service is another way people get to know you. This is why you have to be in this class. It's a very practical class. Thank you so much for that question. Somebody says organizing lectures for fellow students. That's also what you can do and what you know put together, because people make money from tutorials, right? People make money from teaching other students, because some students find it difficult to understand when they are taught the first time, so they need to be taught again. And for some students, you may need to learn how to make audio recordings of your lectures. So while your lecturer is in class, just quietly put your phone down and record, so at least you can go back and listen again and again and again till it sinks in. That's the reason why you should have a lot of space on your phone, not just for doing videos and taking pictures, to be able to record your class notes, right? So you see, these are some practical ways that you can make money as a student, and I've summarized it in two things: what you know and what you can do. Please pay attention for this. Somebody says business planner. Someone asks a question. I love the way we're asking questions today. It's a very practical class, and I'm enjoying your contributions. Thank you so much for that today. Will someone be permitted to have a shop in school if he or she is still a student? Yes, you will. Go through the right processes. Yes, you will. In fact, the person who asked this question, please send me a DM. I can walk you through the process, right? How you can be able to get a shop as a student. You can. You can get a shop as a student. And there are other ways to even do your business without even getting a shop. There are so many ways to do your business without getting the shop on campus. Send us a DM and walk you through that process. Thank you so much for asking that question. Okay, so let's make progress with the class. Now, students have both needs and wants. How many of you have needs here? I love this one, playing the violin, fantastic. How many of you have needs as a student? How many of you have needs? How many of you have wants? You know, they say human needs are insatiable. Remember the Abraham Maslow hierarchy of needs? How many of you remember the Abraham Maslow hierarchy of needs? We all have needs. Now, we need to be able to break them down. Needs are those things that you need, they are must have. Your needs are must have. But wants are those things that you crave. They are a nice to have. So you must know the difference. So let's break them down. What are the needs that students have? Let's start with the needs and then we'll go to the wants. What are the needs? The needs are the must have. Those needs must be met. They are must have for students. But your wants are the nice to have. You can have them or you cannot have them. Those are your wants. So what are needs that students have? Exactly. Food is a basic need. Nancy, thank you. Food. Every student needs food. Food is a basic need. And that tells you that if you meet that need of food, you can be making money, because students have that basic need of food. Somebody said, okay, I'm seeing food. Somebody said textbooks. Textbook is a want, because you can do without textbooks. You can go online. You can do without textbooks. You can go to the library. So you don't necessarily have to buy a textbook, but you cannot do without food. So textbook is a want, right? You can go to the library. You don't need to buy a textbook. You can go to the library and use the library. You can go online, right? You can go on, use online library. You don't need to actually buy a textbook. So that's under your wants. But food is under your needs. You cannot do without food. Even if you are fasting, at the point you break your fast. Somebody said needs: shelter, clothing, and food. Fantastic. Basic human need. Shelter, clothing, food. Basic human need. Every other thing outside of this is extra. Some people will say, oh, data is a need. You can do without data. You can do without having a smartphone. Are you getting this? That's not a need. There's some people who don't have smartphones and they're surviving. They're not feeling like they are left out of the world. They're surviving. Your basic needs are shelter, clothing, and food. Basic need. Every other, they are wants. Somebody says smartphone is a need. Well, smartphone is not actually a need because you can go to the library, there are computers in the library, they are connected to the internet. So you see, you need to be able to understand these things. Smartphone is not a need. You are the one making it seem like it's a need. It's a want. You can do without your smartphone. You can do without your smartphone. Remember, be mindful of your comments. You're going to get banned if you put out the wrong comments. So be watchful. Food, very important. Somebody say, how many people with water? Fantastic. Water is also a basic need. Water is under food. Water is under food. Water is a basic need that you need. So we're finished about need. Somebody say, but without data, there's no internet connection. We can't get information like we want as students. See, without you having data on your phone, for instance, right? Let's say you don't have data on your phone, for instance. You can go to the library. The library is connected to the internet, and you can do your research. So you don't necessarily need data to connect to the internet. Go to the library. So that is a want, it's not a need. Now let's go to some of the wants that students would have. Let's list some of the wants that students would have. Somebody said data is a need for me, sir. No wahala. I love this comment. It says you can do without smartphone, but this generation are finding it difficult to do without it. Yes, because they are not having the discipline for themselves. See these guys, you can do without a smartphone. You can do without a smartphone. So let's look at the ones. What are some of the ones that students have? The ones that students have. Somebody said GLK. Odogu. Somebody said wig. Somebody said laptop. These are wants, right? And people, do you know that there are some of your classmates that don't have a laptop? And they're still doing well in class. It's not about having a laptop. Or if you can afford it, please have it. But it's a want. So you've been able to see here that your wants are the things that are a nice to have. It's nice to have data. It's nice to have laptop. It's nice to have GLK. It's nice to have wig. But those are not a must have. They're not a must have. Accessories. It's nice to have accessories. Making lash extensions. That's a nice to have. Because you can still go without having your lash extension. Does that make sense? Right? Somebody said without data, we for not attend this class. Oh my word. Really? Really? Don't worry. Another day we're going to talk about learning how to be resourceful even when you lack resources. One of these days we're going to talk about that. Learning how to be resourceful even when you lack resources. See, the thing is this. Many of us are not literally putting ourselves in the position to actually think. We're just going with the flow. And that's what sessions like this help you to do, to actually think and realize that some things that you feel like they are needs are not actually needs, and you have been killing yourself about it. There are things you can do without. Students have needs and they have wants, and you must be able to differentiate between the needs and the wants. Is this making sense? Are we still here? Fantastic. Now you need to learn the MSG of money. Now, what do we mean by the MSG of money? By the MSG of money, we mean you need to learn how to make money, you need to learn how to save money, and you need to learn how to grow money. Please remember that, the MSG of money. MSG of money. You need to learn how to make money, you need to learn how to save money, you need to learn how to grow money. Now, let's begin with the M in MSG of money, which is the message of money. Now, how do you make money as a student? How do you make money as a student? How do you make money as a student? We've already told you. People will pay you for two things: what you know and what you can do. So making money as a student comes from the value you are able to offer. And we've told you that value is anything that is beneficial, that is of help, and that is a solution. Are we still together? right? So how do you make money as a student? Basic way students get money. Number one, income, your allowance. That's one way you get money, right? Every month, your parents send you income. Some people, they have weekly income. Their parents send them their money every week. Some people, their parents send them their money every day because they don't have control of their spending. Their parents send them money every day. But there's some people, their parents send them their money every week. And there's some, their parents send them every month. So that's one first way you get money, through your income, money that they give to you. Also, you get money through gifts that are given to you, monetary gifts. Your uncle gives you money, your aunt gives you money, or your friend gives you money. But then making money comes down to the value you are giving that people are paying you money for, which we have discussed earlier. People talk like, oh, they can make hair, they can help people copy notes, they can help people with laundry, they can help people with errands. Those are ways you can also make money. And this is legit money. See, one of the sweetest things you ever have in your life is when you are making your own money. It's so sweet. Like literally, it is so sweet. And one of the reasons why it's important for you as a student, because there's so much people in the environment that you can make money from. So much people. That's one of the opportunities that the university offers you, to interact with a lot of people. In the average university campus like ours, you have over 3,000 students. Remember I told us earlier, do the maths, how much you spend every day. Some people said 5,000, and we said the average, let's say 5,000. Now do the maths of 5,000 times 3,000 students. That tells you that over 15 million exchange hands every day on campus. Every single day. Over 15 million exchange hands. So you can learn to make money as a student. And I've told you how you can make money as a student. The next thing you need to learn is how to save money as a student. How many of you save money? Whether you are using your app to save money, or you are doing daily contribution, or you are doing you automate your account so they deduct from you every month. How many of you actually save money? How many of you save money? Like you've been saving money since January this year. Like you put aside a portion of your allowance into your savings. How many of you save money? Another way to make money as a student is to learn to save money. Because if you don't learn to save money, you will spend everything you have. You will spend everything you have and you will be broke. I hear some people, they are giving them allowance of, let's say, 100,000 every month. And before middle of the month, they are already begging their friends for money. Why? Because they don't know how to save money. And I jokingly say this, that is the money that you save that will save you. As a student, you must learn how to save money. You must learn how to save money. See, if you start saving money from your 100 level, by the time you are graduating, I can assure you, you should have saved over 500,000 naira, if not more. You should have saved over 500,000 naira. That is still better than having nothing in your account by the time you are done when you graduate. Somebody said, I don't know how to save. Nancy, no problem. You send us a DM, we'll talk more about that. That's why we're having this class. So if you don't learn how to save, even though you are making money, the money is going because you don't know how to save. And it's the money that you save that will save you. Somebody said, honestly, I don't have any savings. That's why we are here, so we can help you. Right? That's why we are having this conversation. So you must learn how to save. There are basic ways to save. First, you draw up a budget. How much do I get every month? And how much do I spend every month? So the first way is to always take notes. If you spend money, write it down. Have a sheet of paper. Have a sheet of paper. Draw a line through it. On this side, you write income. On this side, you write expenses or expenditure. Always tabulate the money you get as income and the money you are spending as expenses. At the end of the month, total your expenses. That will help you to now know how much you spend every basic month. And then you can now go back and say, okay, if I spend this every month, I want to be able to now save X amount from my income and see how I can make do with what is left. Like I always say that you would need to spend after you have saved. You spend after you have saved, not save after you have spent. Are you following this? You will spend after you have saved, not save after you have spent. So this is the basic budget that you need to drop if you want to learn how to save, because you have to know what is coming in and know what is going out. That's what will help you from reckless spending or impulsive spending. Now, some of you just follow your friends and go to Hallmark, and then you did not plan to buy anything when you were leaving school. But then when you got to Hallmark, you saw some things you like, and then you are swiping, you are swiping, you are swiping. And then you come back and say, hey, Jesus, who sent me? Why? Because you have no discipline. If you had saved the money, you won't even have access to spend it. Are we getting this? You spend after you have saved, not save after you have spent. Is this making sense to us? Are we learning something in this class? Right? And then you can automate your savings. You can go to Above Only and tell them that you want to open an account for saving. Every month you'll be dropping a particular amount in your account, where you will not have an ATM, you will not have an app. Because see, when you have an app and you have an ATM, you always feel like I can spend, I will replace. I can spend, I will replace. That will put you on the spending spree. Are we still together? So these are simple ways for you to save money. You create a budget and then you automate your savings. So as the money drops in your account, you should remove X amount. And you see, when you are saving like that, it will be accruing interest. Some of you may want to learn how to save. We can talk more after this, because I'm trying to wrap up the class quickly so I can get into the test and then go to the next session. Right? But I would encourage you, stay for the other session too. You also learn, because what I'm teaching them is not what I'm teaching you now. So you can get both classes, or you can watch it again later. Both classes will help you. Right? Because they are 300 and 400, so I'm going to take it a bit higher for them. Right? But you can learn all of them now and practice. And if you have questions, you can send me a DM. My number is already there. You can send me a DM so we can talk better. Right? If you start saving now, it will save you later. I assure you, if you start saving in 100 level, by the time you are graduating, the least you should have in your account from savings should be $500,000 naira. And I can even show you how you can. Let me keep the secret. But when you're serious, like they always say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When you're serious, I will expose you to other means where you can grow your money. Which takes us to the last one: grow. MSG. To make, to save, and to grow. To grow. Now, how do you grow your money? You grow your money through your savings. You grow your money first through your savings. Then you grow your money through investing. Through investing, you can grow your money through investing. Are we still here? Don't save your way into poverty, because a penny saved is still a penny. See, let me tell you this, especially those of you who may not have recognized. Do you know that your bank gives you an interest for the money in your account every month? All the banks do it. They give you an interest for the money in your account every month, but on the condition that you do not make more than 3 withdrawals in a month. You don't make more than 3 withdrawals in a month. Your bank will give you an interest on the money you have in your account, but you don't have to make more than 3 withdrawals in a month. But even that is still less, because even with that money they gave you, they will still take withholding tax from it. For helping you keep your money, they still take money from it. That's why I tell people that you must learn how not to save your way into poverty, because a penny saved is still a penny. But in Nigeria, a penny saved is no longer a penny, because they are deducting alert from it. They are deducting from it. Are we still here? Is this making sense? Now let's take our questions because we need to wrap this up. I wish I had enough time, guys. I wish I had enough time. So please, if you can stay put for the 400 level and 300 level session. Stay put for it. So let's take questions. Somebody say, yes, GTB gives me 2K every month if I don't withdraw. Exactly. But they still take out from that 2K that they give you from as withholding tax. I love this. Very practical class today. So let's take questions before we open the question that we have for everybody. Did you enjoy this class? Even though it was very short, did you enjoy the class? Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the class. Give me one word you use to describe the class. One word for describing the class. Like I said, please don't put insensitive comments. You will be banned when you do that. Okay, so by 9:50, we'll commence the test. And let me just put the link on the screen so that you can see it and start your test. That is the link to the test. We will start by 9:50. So let's take a few questions before we get into the test part. Enlightening, amazing. Okay, so they will drop the test question in your group chats. So the test question will be dropped in the group chat, and by 9:50 it will be opened. So in the meantime, let's take questions. You see how to submit. Okay, so before we get there, this is something I want you guys to take note of. Screenshot this. After your test, you can go back and look at it. This one. This one, please take note of this. After your test, you can go back and take note of this. There's something there for you that would help you. After your test, you can go back and look at this. So screenshot this seller.co. You can go and look at it. It's a short course I did for making money as a student. I explain it in details, right? I explain that in detail so you can get it if you are interested. It's absolutely there for you. So let's go back to our test, right? Let's go back to our test. So the test link is opened now, so you can begin your test. You have 10 minutes for that. The link is on your group chat. And the link is on the channel also. I have also shared the link here as a comment. So the link is on the comments here also. Thank you so much. You can see the list people have submitted, and it is now 341. By 10 o'clock, we will call this a wrap so that we can begin the other session. At least you can see the scores in real time. Everybody is submitting 358 responses so far. So by 10 on the dot, it will stop accepting responses and we will be done with 100 level and 200 level session. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are amazing. So you see, over 400 persons have submitted. Thank you. Thank you for being in class. I don't know where I saw 400 persons from, but it's okay. So I will see you guys in the next stream session that I have with 300 and 400 levels. So 100 level and 200 levels, thank you for your time. This is what we call it the wrap. Okay, so let's get over to the next session for 300 level and 400 level. Okay, so 300 level and 400 level, let's get into class. Welcome for your session. 300 level and 400 level, it's time for your session. Let's begin. Let's begin 300 level and 400 level. Let us know that you're in class. Let's start off your session. Your class will start now. For 300 level and 400 level, please join in now. 300 level and 400 level. Let's begin. Okay, so let's begin. 300 level and 400 level. Thank you so much for joining. Let's continue our session. So today we're going to continue the session on making money as a student, right? So for 100 level, 200 level, we just finished their session and we did their exam. And so far we had 449 persons take that test for that class. For 100 level and 200 level, 449 persons took the test, right? For 300 level and 400 level, this is your session. So let us begin your class. Hi, thank you so much for joining. Those of you in 300 level and 400 level, welcome to class. Welcome, welcome. 100 level and 200 level, if you're still around, it's good to have you so you can get the full session. Let's begin. Now for 300 level and 400 level, how many of you would like to make money as a student? You know, for you guys, you're already in your penultimate year. You will soon graduate. And you know, one of the things that happen when you graduate is that you go and get a job or you do a business. Whichever one, you are going to also learn how to make money, right? So how many of you would like to make money as a student? 300 level and 400 level, let's focus now. 100 level and 200 level, we are done with your test and exam and attendance. So 300 level and 400 level, over to you now. So how many of you would like to make money as a student? Because that's our conversation today. Making money as a student. How many of you would like to do that? Somebody say Uncle I. Okay, great. Okay, Victory says I. Fantastic. Now, I like us to begin with this quote. I always like to start off with quotes so that you can always remember these sessions, right? They say what money can do, more money will do. What money can do, more money will do. Right? I maybe watch that movie Love in Every Word, Ojogu Parara, you see all those big money moves and all of those things. You say what money can do, more money will do. Now, at this stage of your journey, at this stage of your journey, would you say you have a better money sense now in your penultimate year than you did in your freshman year and in your sophomore year? Now, I'd like you to tell me. Okay, by the way, I also mentioned that if you make insensitive comments, you will be banned from the platform. So please, at this stage of your journey in school, would you say you have a better money sense now than you were in 100 level and 200 level? That's your freshman year and your sophomore year. Would you say you have a better money sense now than you did 2 years ago? Somebody said yes. Somebody said yes. Fantastic. So what happened? So you agree that you didn't have enough sense in your 100 level and 200 level. I love your honesty, right? I love your honesty. So you agree that 100 level, 200 level, you really did not have money sense, which is good. And that's why we started talking about this early for 100 level and 200 level, so they can have money sense. So they do not have to wait till they get to 300 level or 400 level for them to have money sense. Now you notice that now that you are in this level, you do not spend the way you used to spend before. Right? Those days when you just have any cravings, you just go and buy. You just having the craving, you go and buy. But now you think twice before you go and buy. Why? You have a better money sense now. But beyond this, you must now learn how do you still make money. Because just saving money is not enough, because you can save your way into poverty. Right? Okay, somebody said, someone says, I was not, oh, come on. Why am I on this? Financially more responsible. Thank you so much for your comments. Great. So at this level, you think you are more financially responsible, right? At 300 level, at 400 level. So what happened in 100 and 200 level? What happened? Let's look at it. Let's make progress. On a good day on campus, over 10 million naira exchange hands. Do you believe this? Do you believe this comment? That on a good day on campus, over 10 million naira exchange hands. Somebody say distraction, women. Oh my God. God will help you, brother. God will help you. The Lord is your strength. On a good day on campus, over 10 million naira exchange hands. Do you believe that statement? Somebody said yes. Oh, from the previous one, somebody said I was spending money on things I didn't need. Thank you so much for your honesty. Now, things you didn't want, actually, not things you didn't need, right? There's a difference between your wants and your need. Now, on a good day, over 10 million naira exchange hands on campus. You say how? Let's do the maths, right? How much do you think you averagely spend as a student? Give me a figure. How much do you think you averagely spend as a student? Do you spend, give me the figure, what you averagely spend as a student in a day. Now, if you have that figure, times that by the number of students you have. Let's say we have 3,000 students. Let's just assume we have 3,000 students. And let's say you spend 6,000 naira every day, averagely. Now, multiply 6,000 times 6,000 naira times 3,000 students. That's literally 18 million naira exchanging hands every day. 18 million naira. So this statement is very true. On a good day on campus, over 10 million naira exchange hands. Now the question now is, Making money as a student at your level should not be new to you based on your experience. Which ways have you been able to make money as a student already? So let me ask you this question because your level is higher. Which way do you think you have been able to make money as a student already in 300 level and 400 level, which is your penultimate year? How would you say you have been able to make money as a student already? So by the way, if you missed the 100 level and 200 level session, you should go and watch it again so you can understand this full journey, right? Because we taught part one there, and we are taking the part two now, right? And I told them in that class that people will pay you for two things: what you know and what you can do. And they gave me a breakdown of things that they know and what they can do that people have paid them for on campus. So I want to ask you now, based on your experience as a higher level, how have you been able to make money as a student already? Somebody said reselling. Thank you so much for that. Reselling. Thank you for that. Which is you buy something and you resell it. Online vendor, a thrift vendor, you resell, you make money from that. Somebody say hi, make money. Daddy, good money, sir. Shout out to all the daddies that are always responding. Okay. Somebody says by saving and having a business that attract people essential needs. I love this. Essential needs. We talked about that in the other class about needs and wants. So I will not go over it again. So I want you to go back and look at that class again and listen to it. Somebody says I make money as a nail tech, doing nails, right? Girls love to fix their nails, right? They want to look good. They want to look per. So they fix their nails. So you can make money doing that, right? Fantastic. Someone says selling things is not for me because I don't have good people skills. Let me tell you this as an aside. Everything in life is learned, right? I didn't know how to speak like this growing up. I learned it. Are you getting this? So everything you can learn it. So don't say you are not good at selling because the truth is this: we are all salespeople. We are all salespeople. Everything in life is learned. You can learn the skill of selling. That's why we have this program. You can send us a DM or send us a mail for the skill you like to learn, and we can put you through on how you can learn it. This is one of the things we taught them in LSC: selling. Because the skill you need. Nobody should say, I don't know how to sell. Because let me tell you, when you're asking a girl out, what are you doing? You are selling. You're selling. When the girl says yes, you have sold. So everybody sells. When you're preaching the gospel, you are selling. When someone gets saved, you have sold. So we are all selling. Nobody should say, oh, I'm not good at selling. You can learn it. It's a skill that can be learned. Somebody say, I sell perfumes. Forex. Okay, great. I'm going to go there later, but let's not go there yet. I sell perfumes here in school, Heritage Campus. Fantastic. Victory. Thank you for saying that. Somebody says baking. Hey, Lara Bake and Cake. Lara, I see you. Shout out to Lara Bake and Cake. She has one of the best cakes on campus. Literally. Lara, I salute you. Someone says drop shipping. Fantastic. So you see, you guys are already making money as a student. Sunshine says she sells perfume. Yes, so that's another one. Scents and Sparkles. Yes, Scents and Sparkles. Shout out to you. Sell perfumes. In fact, I buy from Scents and Sparkles. I buy from Lara Bake and Cake. So these are my guys. Okay. Someone says, true, one way or the other, we are selling something, product, service, idea. We are all selling. That's the truth. We are all selling. And for our level, we should get good at selling. Maybe I say I sell jewelry, perfume, clothes, both for male and females. Call me Jack of all trades. I celebrate you, Mary. Well done. Okay, someone talked about China importation. Somebody talked about trading. I'm going to talk about these things later, so just take note of them. Somebody said just convince someone that they need something. Okay, so I love the fact that we are understanding the flow. So let's continue. Let's make progress, guys. Let's make progress. Now, look at this. What you see as an expense, another see as an opportunity to make money. Do you know that there are peak seasons you can make money in school? Let me give you some peak seasons you can make money in school. Number one peak season is matriculation. Matriculation is a peak season to make money. People are going to spend money at matriculation. They are going to do hair. They are going to buy clothes. They are going to buy shoe. They are going to make nails. They are going to get cake. They are going to get decoration. They are going to get food. They are going to get drink. They are going to get water. People spend a lot of money at matriculation. That's a peak period where people spend money. Another peak period where people spend money during final year week. One is approaching now. They're going to spend money during final year week. They're going to do a lot of things during final year week. They're going to spend money. Another peak period where people spend money during business fair. Business fairs coming. Shout out to those organizing business fair on both campuses. Business fair is another way people make money because a lot of students come to the fair. A lot of students spend money. That's a peak period to make money. Another peak period to make money is during convocation. Especially convocation is happening when the school is in session. People spend money again during convocation. So these are peak periods in the university where people will always spend money. And let me tell you this, what you are seeing as an expense, another person is seen as an opportunity. Someone like Clara Bake and Cake now will see opportunity for cake during convocation, cake during matriculation, cake during business fair, even cake during final year week, because some people may want to still have cake to celebrate. So what you are seeing as an expense, another person is seeing it as an opportunity to make money. So you should be thinking, how do I make money at this peak period and not just be spending money? And even though I will spend, I will make much more than I am spending. That's why you are in this class today, making money as a student. Are we still together? Right? Let's make progress. By now, you should understand what are assets and what are liabilities. So guys, what's an asset and what's the liability? Someone tell me. What's an asset? What's a liability? In the comments, quick. Tell me. What's an asset and what's a liability? Who's helping me out? What's an asset and what's a liability? Somebody say asset is land and property. Liability are women. Jesus. Hey, my God. My Lord, my God. Liability are bills. Thank you so much for that. Somebody say, what is this? Somebody say women. Which one is that? Is it women? Is it an asset or is it a liability? Which one? An asset is something that makes money for you. A liability is something that keeps taking money from you. Exactly. That's what I want you guys to know. Thank you so much for that, Lara Bakes and Cake. Asset gives money. Liability takes money. In the sense of definition, an asset is anything that puts money in your pocket. Whatever put money in your pocket is an asset. Whatever takes money out of your pocket is a liability. That is the simplest of definitions. Whatever put money in your pocket is an asset. Whatever take money out of your pocket is a liability. So now let's put them side by side. As a student, what are some things that are assets to you? And what are some things that are liabilities to you? Let's start with assets. Give me some things that are assets to you as a student. What will put money in your pocket as a student? What are the assets that put money in your pocket as a student? Let's go. Let's take that. Some people are using ChatGPT to give me asset definition. Jesus, be calming down. Not everything ChatGPT, guys. Sometimes still think. Not everything ChatGPT. Trading is an asset. right? Stock is an asset, right? Your skill is an asset. I love that. Your skill is an asset. Your skill. You can do graphic design. You can do you can do laundry. You can make hair. You can whatever you can do. That's an asset. And by asset, it means things you can do that can earn you money. That's an asset. Things that are of value that you can do that earn you money. That's an asset. Somebody said my dad is an asset. Hey, oh God. Oh, oh. Somebody said my brain and my business. That's an asset. Man, your brain is an asset, actually. See, as much as you guys like to use ChatGPT, see, ChatGPT is stopping you from thinking. Basic things that you can think with your brain, you are no longer thinking, you are just using chat. And that's why, well, one of the sessions we taught them in LSC final year this year was about effective use of AI, right? I could encourage you to go look at that, their video on YouTube at BIU LSC. Go, you can prepare yourself ahead, right? You don't have to be in final year to learn what they are learning. It's on YouTube. Our sessions are on YouTube. You can go back and learn. Okay. Somebody said, I am an asset. I love you guys. Oh, great. I love you. Great. Being an asset. I love you. You put money in your pocket. You're an asset. You are a valuable person for yourself. Somebody says you are not great. So Jesus, see the clap back. So instant. Oh my God. Okay. So we know what an asset is. We know what a liability is. An asset are those things that put money in your pocket, and liabilities are those things that take money out of your pocket. So let's look at some liabilities. What are some liabilities you have as a student? Tell me some of the liabilities you have. Somebody said my ex is a liability. Sorry for the ex. Shot fired at ex. Oh my, I hope your ex is not watching this, and I hope your ex is not here. Hey, Jesus. Somebody said the ex is a liability. Okay. Somebody said not cooking is a liability. Besides, you don't even cook in BIE, so we're not even going to look at that. Somebody says my friends are liabilities. How can your friend be a liability? I don't understand. Destiny, what's popping? Benedict said girlfriends. You didn't even say girlfriend. You said girlfriends. Are you Solomon? So I guess we understand. Another person said girlfriend again. Jesus, girlfriends have suffered today. Oh. It is well. Girlfriends, see the names of your guys, though they are calling you out as liability, so you can break up with them. It's allowed now. They've said that you're a liability to the whole world, so you can break up with them. Okay. Somebody says the phone is a liability. So true. So true. Okay, so let's make progress. We're understanding what we're doing. Now, let's learn the MSG of money. And what do we mean by the MSG of money? The MSG of money is something that we need to learn now because our class is about making money as a student. The MSG of money is the message of money, MSG. Please take note of that. The MSG of money, MSG. Now, as a student, how do you make money as a student? Those of you that you say you're making money already as a student, how do you make money as a student? The basic ways you make money as a student, right? Your income is one way you make money as a student. Another way you make money as a student is the business that you do. Another way you make money as a student is the service that you render. Right? These are simple ways that you make money as a student. Income that you get from your parents, your loved ones, your guardians, your sponsors. That's one way you make money. And then another way you make money is if you're doing a business. Let's say you're selling perfumes, you're selling cake, you're selling your knowledge, right? Whatever you're selling as a business or as a service, you are making money, right? So that's the MSG of money. You must learn how to make money. Like I told you earlier, whatever you see as an expense, another person is seen as an opportunity to make money. So while you are spending money, somebody else is making the money you are spending. So you should think on the reverse. How do I also make money and not only spend money? Because if you spend money more than you are making money, you will soon be broke. If you spend money more than you are making money, you would soon be broke. So you must understand how you can make money as a student. And interestingly, some of you have already said that you are doing some things that already help you make money. The next thing you need to also learn is the S in the MSG of money. How do you save money? Now, let me ask this. How many of you actually save money? How many of you save money? At this level, you're in 300 level, 400 level. How many of you have savings that you have been doing since 100 level? How many of you have savings? Please be mindful of your comment because you're going to get banned if you keep putting comments that are insensitive. Please. Please be mindful of your comments. You're going to get banned if you keep putting insensitive comments. Okay, so how many of you save money as a student? You've been saving since your 100 level. You've been saving. How many of you have been doing that? Great, says me. I love this. My savings, they save me from time to time. Exactly. It's the money that you save that will save you. It's as simple as that. Right? It's the money that you save that will save. Somebody says saving doesn't really work for me. We need to have a conversation around that. We need to have a conversation around that because the truth is, you must learn how to save. How do you save? Simple. First, you need to understand budget. Somebody save and my savings are saving me now. Fantastic. You need to understand budget. What's budget? You need to understand your income and your expenditure. How much do you get in a month? You sit down with it. Look at all the things you spend money on in a month. Somebody says, I do osusu. Somebody says, I do it. Fantastic. Look at what you are spending in a month. Your expense. At the end of the month, you will see how much you have spent. And like I told the previous class, you save before you spend, not save after you spend. And you can automate your savings. Either you do it daily, monthly, quarterly, or yearly. You can automate your savings. And you see, as a student, this is the best time for you to develop the discipline of saving. This is the best time for you to develop the discipline of saving. Let me tell you one of the fun facts. By the time you graduate, your monthly allowance would cease. Let me give you an example. You currently, let's say some people have monthly allowance of over 100,000 right now. Then you graduate by next year. Your monthly allowance ceases and you start earning 70,000 NYSC, which is even less than your 100,000 you were receiving while you were in school. So you see, the lifestyle you had as a student, you can no longer afford it as a graduate. This is why you should start saving from now. Are we still together? Is this making sense? You must learn to develop the discipline of saving. Either you are saving daily, you are saving weekly, or you are saving monthly, or you are saving quarterly, or you are saving yearly. Somebody said earlier, I use Piggyverse. Fantastic. Not to promote them, but yeah. You must learn to have the discipline of saving. You create a budget, know your income, know your expenditure, and like I told you, you save first before you spend. Not save after you have spent. Are we together? So the MSG of money is knowing how to make money, how to save money, and how to grow money. Now let's look at the grow path. How do you grow money? How do you grow money? You grow money first from your savings. It's when you save that you can now invest. You know, some of you, let's say those guys who do uh, any investment platform, right? An investment platform that you're using to save either monthly, weekly, daily, or even quarterly, right? You can only invest in your savings when you're already saving. You can't put money in investment that you have not saved. Are you getting this? You can't put money to invest in any of those platforms you invest in if you don't first save the money first. So to be able to grow money, you start by first saving. It's the money that you save that you can invest. Because see, whether you like it or not, time will pass by. Imagine if you were saving in January, you would have accrued some level of interest on it by now in April because you had saved and you had invested it. Are we still together? For some people to grow their money, they need to do trade. They have to do business. So they buy goods and they resell. That way to grow their money. See, sometimes some people may order accessories, let's say phone accessories. They can buy that accessory for, let's say, 1,000 and sell the accessory for 2,000. That is trade. That's where they are making the money they spend to buy it and profit. That is trade. Some people say you can buy the dollar. Yes, you can actually buy dollar and then it will appreciate with inflation and all of those things. But let's look at what a student can actually do. How many students can be able to afford to buy dollars? Let's be realistic, except you are doing other things that does not relate to you being a student. Right? Then another thing you need to know to grow money is compound interest. Compound interest. Money that you have saved over a particular period, it gets compounded. So those of you who put your money in any of those investment platforms that you lock your money down, you see that there's an interest you get at the end of your saving period. It is compounded. Now, let me tell you this. Do you know that for your regular bank account, if you do not touch the money in the account for a month, they will give you a certain part of interest on the money? How many of you have noticed that? If you do not touch the money that's in your account for like 1 month, they will give you a certain interest on the money on it. But it's very little, it's less than 1%, 0.08% or thereabouts. And even with the money they give you, they still take withholding tax from it. Some people are mentioning some platforms that are good, and this is not a platform I'm going to introduce or mention any platform. But you can do your research. There are a lot of platforms where you can grow your money. The goal is to let you know that you should start thinking of growing your funds, whether it's in naira or it's in dollar, legitimately. Because by the time you graduate, the way you're having free flow of income right now, you won't have it that much. Because now when you complain at home, they would give you money because yes, you are in school. By the time you graduate, most of all those SOS calls will not be taken. So you must start to learn now how to grow money. And I said in the previous class, and I'm saying to you guys, on an average, a student who comes to BIU when they are graduating and they have saved money, they should be living with at least the minimum of 500,000 naira from their savings and has been able to grow since their 100 level. Are we still here? Please be mindful of your comments, please. You can get knocked out from this class and that's it for you. Be mindful of your comments. Please be mindful of your comments. I'm seeing some comment that's really not making sense. Somebody said, what can 1% get you? Exactly. So that's why you need to understand how to really do compound interest. Because 1% can't really get you much. Be mindful of your comments. You can get banned for your insensitive comments. Be mindful, please. Yeah, I said 500K if you have been saving. You can save more than that. That's the barest minimum. You can save more than that. It can be more. That's why I said the minimum, guys. The minimum is that. Thank you so much, Jed. The minimum is that. That's the minimum you can save. You can save more than that. Are we still together? The money that you don't save cannot save you. One thing that you must learn from this class in making money as a student is to realize that you need to go back and be more disciplined with your savings. See, don't have the mentality that, oh, now who they are alive, they save. Don't have that mentality. No. Discipline yourself to save. Discipline yourself to save. And then learn how to make money as a student by the value of what you are offering. The value of what you are offering. Some people say, what of those that are giving 20K monthly and the food is expensive? Okay, let me take us back to something I taught the 100 level class, which I felt you guys would have known because you are higher. Let me go through their slides and come back to your slide briefly. Let me walk you guys through their slide and come back to your slide so you see something. So we told them that nothing but money is sweeter than honey, right? And then we went on to say on a regular day, how much do you spend? And they've told you, which I've also mentioned, some people say they spend more than 6K on a regular day. And we told them that making money or spending money, which do you enjoy the most? And they said, oh, they enjoy spending. They said they enjoy making. Some people said both. Now this is where it gets interesting. We told them that even the books on how to make money cost money. You see the programs that they'll tell you, oh, they're teaching you how to make money, a course, a program. It still costs you money. It's not free. Even the books on how to make money cost money. Now, see, money is a medium of exchange for value, right? And value is anything that is beneficial, that is of help, and there's a solution. And we said, this is where I want you guys to understand. People will only pay you for two things. One, what you know, and two, what you can do. These are the only two things people will pay you money for, even as a student and even as a graduate. What you know and what you can do. You'll be employed based on what you know and what you can do. I have a student who is in final year now, who got a remote job. The person is earning 150,000 from the remote job. The person is still a student, right? Based on what the person can do online, that's what the person is being paid that. He's still a student. The remote job is for a company in Lagos, and the person is a student. Why? People will pay you for two things: what you know and what you can do. Forget all those fine girl privilege. Forget all those pretty girls advantage. People will still pay you for what you know and what you can do. Even at those pretty girls advantage, you are doing something for them. That's why they are paying you. You are doing something. Students have needs and they have wants. The needs are the things that they can not do without. It's a must-have. The wants are the things that they can do without. And we explained that. And I told them the same thing I told you, the MSG of money, how to make money, how to save money, how to grow money. Now, why do I have to take you back? It's so that you, at this level, you must be thinking, what are the skills that I have that people can pay me for? That way I can make money, improve my savings, and make more money while I'm still in school. Are we together? And I say, don't save your way into poverty, because a penny saved is still a penny. How many of you have noticed that your bank, they deduct maintenance fee, they deduct SMS fee, they deduct withholding tax. So if you just save your money by just saving, your money is reducing. Whatever money you had in January, your savings, look at it now in April 12th. The money has reduced because of these deductions. So you don't need to just save, you need to learn how to invest, and invest wisely. Invest wisely. This is the time you need to start developing your investment muscle. Will you be burnt for some investment? Yes. But that should not stop you from still investing. That is part of the training cost. Are we still together? Somebody said Jobberman help you with job opportunities. Fantastic. By the way, I happen to train for Jobberman too. So yeah. So let me get back to your slide again. Let me run through your slide so you understand what we've been talking about. I told you at the beginning, what money can do, more money will do. Remember this. At least you saw this in the Dogu Parara. What money can do, money will do. And many of you said you have a better money sense now than you had in 100 level and 200 level, which is good. And we told you on a good day, over 10 million naira exchange hands on campus. So you should be thinking, how do I make money on a good day? Even if it's selling water, how do I make money? Even if it's selling G for you, like one of the products that was created in the LSC program, Gary for you. Even if it's selling Gary for you, how do I make money? Making money as a student should be something you already understand at this point in your life as a 300 level or 400 level student. And we said what you see as an expense, another see as an opportunity. What you see as an expense, another see as an opportunity. Somebody say, oh, I want to buy a new pouch. Another person is thinking, oh, if I sell pouches, I can make money. Are you getting this? You should understand what are liabilities and what are assets. And I told you, assets are those things that put money in your pocket. Liabilities are those things that take money out of your pocket. And it's time for us to learn the MSG of money. We told you about how to make money, know your income, have a business or render a service. That's how you make money legitimately. I'm not talking about trading. I'm talking about Forex. If you don't have the muscle and the stamina for those things, don't try it. I'm not even talking about betting. Because people say, oh, that's your legit hustle. Betting is not a legit hustle. That's why I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about the basic things you can do as a student. Forex, trading, betting. I do not recommend those things. But you can get money through your business that you are rendering, through your service you are offering, right? Through your income you are getting from your parents or your sponsors or your guardians. And then you can save money by having a budget. At this stage of your life, you should not live without having a budget. Every month have your budget, what you are saving and what you are spending. And I told you, you should save first before you spend. Save first before you spend. And you should either be saving daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or yearly, but be saving. And then learn to grow your money. How do you grow it? By investing. When you lock it up, that's an investment. Whichever platform you use, when you lock it up, that's an investment. When you are trading, you buy and sell, that's how you grow your money. And then compound interest. And I said that the money that you don't save cannot save you. The money you don't save cannot save you. So let's take questions. Let's take questions. So let's take questions, guys. Okay, somebody says, please talk more about investments for business. Okay, For that, I would recommend that you guys take note of this. Take note of this that's on your screen. Screenshot it. Follow this. This would help you. It will break down a lot of things for you. Making money as a student. Follow this. Screenshot. Go later and look at it. It will really help you. Okay, so let me go back to the questions. Trading, buying and selling. Basically, buying and selling. Buying and selling. You can buy accessories, buy something and resell. That's trading. I'm not talking about forex and all of those things. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Basic trading. And I told you about the peak periods that we have in school: matriculation, convocation, final year week, business fair. Those are very peak periods where people spend a lot of money. So you should be thinking, how do I make money this period where people are going to be spending a lot of money? Are we still together? I told us to be mindful of our comments that we are dropping. Some comments are very insensitive. We can't even. Somebody says we cannot even afford 3 square meals every day. How are we going to save? See, saving is a discipline. At the time you were still affording 3 square meals, were you saving? Let's be realistic to ourselves, guys. Can you invest in real estate as a student? Sure, you can. If you have the money, you can. But don't use your school fees to do investment. How do you generate business ideas? Fantastic. I love this question. How do you generate business ideas? Simple. What are the needs that you see that are peculiar around you? Making money comes from meeting needs that people have, because people pay you for value. Once you see the needs that people have, if you can meet those needs, you can make money, because value is anything that is beneficial, that is of help, and is a solution. If you meet that need, you can make money. So look out for the needs that you see around you. Look out for the problems you see around you. Develop a solution for it, and you will make money. Like I always say, the bigger the problem, the bigger the solution. The bigger the solution, the bigger the value. The bigger the value, the bigger the money. Remember that. The bigger the problem, the bigger the solution. The bigger the solution, the bigger the value. The bigger the value, the bigger the money you make from it. So if you solve small problem, you make small money. You solve big problems, you make big money. Look out for the needs people. See, even relationship, for some people, they will pay money to get counsel about their relationship. So you can make money from it. Being a counselor, being a therapist, you can make money from it. The questions are getting, let me see, let me go back and take some of the questions. Someone says, how do you invest with a very low capital? Start small. Start small. Start small. Lock in your savings small. Even if it's small, you can start investing for as little as 10K. Start small and you grow over time. Start small. Nothing is too little. Start small and you grow it over time. Somebody says, should we wait till that time for business fair and all of that to make money? No, you can start making money from now. I just told you that those are peak periods. You know, in business, there's what is called peak period. That's the period where a lot of people spend more money that period. So it's a peak period. But every other day, people still spend money. Somebody says, if school can reduce the price of food, then we have a high chance of saving. Is this school that is, are you buying food from school? Let's be realistic, guys. Let's be sensible. Are you buying food from school? Networking is important, right? How do you do that as an amateur beginner, especially for tech skills? I will recommend you guys go and watch the LSD trainings that we've had so far. We've talked about some of these things, so you can go and watch it. It's for free. It's on we'll drop the link at our L300 channel, so you can go and watch it. BIU LSC on YouTube. Just go and watch the sessions we've had so far. It would help you. We've discussed some of these things there. Somebody say, what are big problems? Big problems, oh my God. Yes, the bigger the problem, the bigger the solution, and the bigger the solution, the bigger the value, the bigger the value, the bigger the money. Thank you, Lara Bakes and Cake. Okay, I love this question. How does one transition from one business to another, particularly in offering an entirely different product and service? Simple. Depends on what you have been doing that people have known you for. You can wanna send me a DM. Let's talk about this privately. Let's talk about this. That's a simple. You can transition from one business to another. Literally, you can. It's very possible, right? It's very possible you can transition from one business to another, even if it's a different product or service entirely from what you have been used to. You guys know that it's still. Do you know that it's still the same company that does? Let me not mention it. It's fine, but it's easy to transition. It's easy to transition. Let's get back to the time. It's almost time for our test. Okay, so let me put up the questions for the test so that we can do the test. By the way, thank you so much, guys. Like we said, remember to stop by for this. This would help you for this class. This would help you. Let's take our test now. So your test will start now by 10:50 and end by 11 o'clock. Your test starts now. All the best, guys. And drop a comment on the session. How was the session for you? Drop a comment. One word on how the session was for you. Please drop a comment while you go and do your test. Just drop a comment. One word how the session was for you. You can leave a comment on how the session was for you if you have finished, so that we can take that feedback. Thank you, guys. Okay, so we are done. Okay, guys, thank you so very much for being here today. Thank you so much for staying true to the end. We are done. We had a total of 364 persons who took the exams for this level. So we are done. Thank you so much for being here. See you at the next trim session in May. This is the trim session for April. We are done with this, making money as a student. We hope that you have learned enough to help you on your journey to make money as a student. So once again, we appreciate you for being here, and we look forward to seeing you in the next session that we're going to have in in May. Sorry, I beg your pardon. This was April. We're done with April. The next stream session is going to be in May, and it's still going to be online. So prepare yourself for it. We'll communicate the information to you all. Thank you so very much for being here. Do enjoy your Easter holiday. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you in May for the next stream session. Okay, let's take our anthem and we'll be out of here. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
Be I the fruit of faith, that fame spread far and wide. With hearts of joy, we sing of peace, stand firm in truth and honesty. Gold and white for excellence, academics with godliness, building leaders, all in faith for all endeavors. The future holds, forward we go in good faith. God is our help, our guide, we shall never fail. Forward we go in good faith. God is our help, our guide, we shall never fail.